In a world of paranormal activity and psychic craziness, one show stands above them all.
Paranormal Psychic Radio. Have you ever had that feeling where the hairs on your arm stand up and you feel like someone's in the room with you? They are. It's PPR Radio with Solana and Christina Nelson.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Hi. How you doing? And of course, I'm frozen. I'm frozen. My screen's frozen. Everybody else okay?
No, I'm frozen. You're in Florida.
Oh my goodness. I'm so warm. It's so nice. I know. I'm a Southern girl at heart, really.
Yeah, you are. Your hair looks really pretty today.
Oh, thank you. Isn't that nice?
It is. I had to cover mine up because I didn't even comb mine today. So.
Oh, no. Well, I ain't even going to tell you. I can change my looks with my mood. I love it. Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me go ahead and get out of that. My sound was coming from my other screen. I had to cancel. But anyway, there we go. So hello and welcome, everyone. We appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us tonight. If you would, keep your mics muted, please. Everyone who's come in, there's options on the screen for you. If Jack could mute his mic, I could get sound.
I'm not going to check every little thing.
I'm coming from Mike or Jack's mic. Can you mute Jack? Uh-oh. I'm going to have to take control if you don't mute yourself. I'll have to mute you. Oh, he popped out. Okay, anyone coming in to the show, please mute your mic and your video. You don't have to be on video. If you don't want to be, but certainly mute your mic there because the screen here on Google Hangouts goes wherever the mic sound is coming from. So it makes it a whole lot easier if you just mute and keep it like that throughout the show, unless you are called upon because you are with us on recording. So awesome. I appreciate you guys, though. And I know it's just a process to get used to coming into Google Hangouts and getting used to the way it all, operates and works. And so it's a work in progress, but we're working on it. And so I know Miss Christina's all bundled up. She's got her scarf around her neck. And
Coco here. Oh, Coco.
We're in the balmy 70s here in Florida.
We're in the balmy low 30s here in Montana.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I know. That's why I live in the South. That's why I stay in the South. But anyway, I know she does look all cute, all bundled up. That is a cute look for you.
I won't look like this in August, trust me.
No, it won't actually, yeah. So you'll be all right. It's fun. You're loving it up there in Montana, though. I know you are. It's a beautiful country up there. So,
yeah, it is.
Really, really interesting place energetically, also. It's
yeah, you were just here.
Yeah. And oh my God, I had such vivid dreams there. It was like there are so many little vortexes all around.
There is. I have a lot of dreams.
Right?
I had the strangest dream I ever had in my entire life last night.
Uh-oh. What'd you dream about?
I got to tell you just really quickly because I know we need to move on, but
go ahead.
We were all, those Holstein cows, black and white cows that you milk? Mm-hmm. Those kind of cows?
Mm-hmm.
We were all freaking cows, and we walked upright, and I got to tell you, it was a weird dream. We were all cows walking upright like humans, and we would go to each other getting milk from each other. It was like our life force. So I'd be sucking your sack, and then you'd be sucking mine, and milk sacks, and we'd all be sucking each other's milk sacks. What the hell was that?
so we're being given the opportunity to feel what it feels like to have a man's business going on between our legs.
Is that what it was? Okay, there you go.
I have no
That was the
clue.
weirdest dream. Okay, I'm over that.
I am gonna have to think on that one for a minute, because
That was weird.
You've been watching
yeah.
too many commercials on TV.
No.
You know what? I ate
What is
next
that?
to-
The Bluebell cow commercials?
I
I don't know.
Let me think about that for a second. Well, energetically, we do nourish each other. And the more, like we were talking about and been talking about ever since the word came out that prayer doesn't work. Your prayers ain't working. God ain't helping. You are fixing this one, right? That's what the president came out and said the other day.
Yeah.
And ever since he came out and said that, oh my God, has prayer chain just exploded even more to prove him wrong? But we talked about it, and it's true. It's like, we have to take action on those prayers, and by taking action, I believe energetically that action can get taken, because not only are you just thinking, hey, I'm praying for the world, it's all about me bringing the energy and praying, but when we all come together and start working on that same goal, targeting, different places, and that stuff, we've got proven results, that things just, change and shift. So just imagine if the masses of us came together and pushed and believed and energetically directed the energy towards that movement.
Yeah.
In the 50s and the 60s, right, with the hippie movement, the peace not, war, and all that, and of course they just went underground. They didn't go away, but they went underground because they got pushed out, just like every other movement to make change gets pushed out, and disorder rules. But yeah, it's energetically. And so energetically, by feeding on each other, because that's a personal thing when you talk about, sucking on others. What do we call it? We've been talking about some kind of blowing systems all day today, I tell you.
But I like the idea that, Christine, I like the idea that we weren't trying to suck on our own udders.
No, we weren't.
We were taking care of each other.
Giving. And
but you know what? It was a survival. I remember it being like a life force. I had to get the milk from whoever the cow was standing next to me. So
It's probably me.
It might have been. And so I was sucking the milk from the other person and that other person. So we were all doing this as a life force.
So
And
we're
this is how
udder
we-
sisters.
We're udder sisters. Yes,
You
we
know?
are.
what an awesome term. Utter sister. Because utterly.
It's utterly awesome.
We are sisters from an utter mother.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I see another Facebook group coming on. Oh my
word.
God, Facebook.
Sisters
I
from
love it.
Right. Oh my God.
Sisters from utter mutters.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
keep
it
looking
was.
down at my iPad because I'm actually checking out the other chat. For those of you that are in the YouTube chat room, we actually have two chat rooms going. And before I go on any further, let me introduce, that was Belle Salisbury that was over there talking, for those of you that may not have recognized her awesome voice and beautiful face. But we have two chat rooms going right now. And there are links on our Facebook groups that have the link to come in and join us in the live chat room here on Google Hangout. And then, of course, there's a chat room on YouTube, but we don't have the monitor in there tonight giving you the links to come in. So I encourage you to go check us out on Facebook and join us. We have our Paranormal Psychic Network group that's on Facebook, and it has the link in that group, so you can go and join us over there and get weekly updates on our shows, and not just our shows, but we have a few other shows that'll be coming on and starting with us as well. So you want to come over there and join us so you can get those links weekly, and then just continue the chat. We have after hour parties. What we're going to call it.
I'll provide the alcohol, thank you.
I was just going to ask that.
I got the cocktails, Belle.
There you go. Oh, we got to go to Montana. I don't know, it's a little chilly. But anyway, so if you want to go to Facebook now and get those links, I'm under Solana 0156 on Facebook. You can go over there and check out my personal page. And then Christina Nelson. Of course, you have to be accepted, but you can certainly follow us and get our updates on our pages. So anyway, put that out there in case anyone listening and they're in YouTube chat and they want to come join us.
We've been getting some listeners. We had some listeners come back, and I guess last week, and listen after hours. So that was cool. So we're getting listeners.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, we have, well, according to the stats on Facebook, it was definitely almost 50 that have listened so far. So, and you know, that's good. So we're new.
Yeah, that was our test pilot show. So we're excited just to get that kind of traffic, and you know, we got a couple other people coming on board too to this network, and I think Belle Salisbury, who has Bellespirt Magazine, is going to be coming on board. So I'm excited about that. And you want to talk a little bit about that, Solana?
Well, again, the network is going to be open to, you know, all different types of shows and things. And I love that on YouTube here we can stream for up to 8 hours. And so we can get into all sorts of different conversations. In fact, on Sunday, my son and I, Brian, we're going to be doing a show called Common Chat. And it's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday morning. So come bring your coffee and, you know, come chat with us, and we'll see how the day goes. But then, Miss Belle is planning on bringing her show in, and then also, I'm sure you've got several different types of shows you do, Belle. So you know, you're just going to bring all sorts of things to the table here, and then. So, and then Gina is going to be coming also, Gina and Jack, the Parascience radio show is what they're doing right now. So we're going to probably translate that to the Parascience talk show since we're on video here on YouTube. And that's just what we got in the first week of starting our show. So we'll update everybody on what's going on and how often. And I hope to have a show every day. That would just be awesome to keep the conversations going, you know, keep everybody moving towards that awareness, into those knowings.
There you go.
Yeah, so that'll be awesome. So, and that brings us to today's show. We have Miss Bree. For those of you that don't know her, she has been a friend of ours for, I tried to figure out the other day, and I guess it's just over 3 years now. And so, but she is one that, oh my gosh, has just been an inspiration since I've met her. You know, she's always just such a positive person, and, you know, no matter what life throws at her, she's, you know, moves forward, and she's gone through a lot of tragic incidents. She's, you know, had gone through medical situations that have left her paraplegic, and still deals with the side effects and the ongoing circumstances that brings about in her world. But she's also come out, you know, and opened up and, you know, allowed that intuition and that knowing to become a part of who she is, and worked out her psychic ability. She's taken several classes with us just to, you know, gain her confidence with Higher Source International, because, again, that's what we're all about, empowering people and bringing their self-confidence out to where they can trust and, you know, have the ability to just allow that information to flow. Well, she's, you know, tapped in and lets her do it. She's also a mentor for those that are around. Also assisted people in you know, raising money. She did almost $1,000 worth of readings for this one particular charity case, and, you know, that's just one. You know, I love her. I actually, you know, had speared a campaign to get her a wheelchair because, you know, hers was just dilapidated and falling apart, and she couldn't get around. And so, you know, we were able to raise $1,700 and got her a brand new wheelchair. Awesome. You know, just to help her. I know, you know, she's just the kind of person you want to help, because she is such a helper. You know, it's like no matter what, you know, she's been there for those that are around her, and, you know, she just has that love for everybody. She's amazing, as far as I'm concerned. And so, without further ado, though, let's bring her on. Further ado, bring her on and say hello, Miss Bree.
Yay!
Claps for Bree. Yay!
Hi, Bree.
Hello.
And that buzzing, unfortunately, is her computer in the back. Sorry, but yeah, the computer in the back's going to buzz. But she's really a trooper and will mute when she's not talking. So, Go ahead, Bree. I just had to add more.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He's Max.
Well, we're just glad you have the ability to talk with us and, get on the internet and just, be you and have fun and do the stuff you do. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, because a lot of people, they don't think that they have abilities. They think that their maybe disability holds them back from being able to be. Even though as far as I'm concerned, if any kind of disability comes on you, your other senses are heightened. But, again, so where did you, get into all of your wants and desires to get into this crazy psychic world?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's just like, it's like, there's limits, but there's also things that I could do extra that can take care of, that, like, for instance, like, I still wanted to be, I wanted to be in the Coast Guard, but then since I got, like, a different journey, now it's like, oh, wait, now I can take classes for psychic, to help with people, like, with their readings and everything, and help them with, like, I'm stumbling, so I'm a little bit nervous, but that's alright. And then I have, music. I basically, I brought music more into my life after I became disabled, and that's helped out a bunch. I'm mentoring kids. It's like, your whole life goal when you're young is you're going after one thing, but then when something changes, it's like, it kind of like, how would you say it? It's like, it's a huge change, and then it's like, instead of just backing down with the disability, like, oh, well, my wish when I was younger didn't come true. Instead it's like, well, wait, I could do this now and I could do that. Also, like, I'm a storm chaser.
Right.
My newest goals are actually to become a meteorologist. I'll be taking classes with those. That's a 4-year process, so I'm very excited about that one.
Oh, how cool.
And also with the music, I'm trying to get soundtracks for movies. I think that'd be
movie
great.
scores. Movie scores, nice.
Yep, those are my 2 newest goals.
You want a NAMI for your music, correct?
Were you nominated?
I was nominated. Yeah.
Okay, you're nominated. That's
Yeah.
still an honor in itself, right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's the Native American Indian Music Awards, correct?
Yep. I'm
mean,
still like, that was something that I needed really bad, because now it's like, oh wait, I can actually do this. Like, I could keep going. Like, people are actually hearing my music. It's getting out there. Like, so it's like, now it's like that next goal. Like, hey, okay, well, what about if I could do it for movies, or if I could do commercials, or just to get it out there even more.
There you go. It just gave you that boost of confidence.
Yep.
I personally heard your music, and it is beautiful. And it's you were playing along with, I believe, a flutist. Is that correct? In that the NAMI song, and it was just it's exquisite, and it would bring tears to your eyes. It was just beautiful, and so I was very proud of you for that piece. And so you've accomplished a lot in your life, in your young life. You recently were on the cover of Bellespirt Magazine. You were a co-cover, and that was a huge accomplishment for you. And you just not long ago graduate from your psychic mediumship courses, correct? You got your.
Yep.
You've been a busy girl. I don't know how you have all this time, but can I have some?
And then you ask me tomorrow, and I'll have like 3 other different goals. It's just more like, it's just like running with it. Just run with it. Yeah.
I say we flow with it, right? We just ride the waves as they come, trying to keep our head above water as we go along, because there's always obstacles and things that come our way. Like you're saying, though, it's like you don't let it get you down. It's like every time that you might have a goal, but something happens and it just veers you off into another direction. It doesn't stop you. That's the difference between a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't stop you.
Let me go ahead. Then I want to ask you a question. So go ahead, Bree.
Okay, like, it's like, even though I'm like dealt with these cards, it's like I'm like there's a reason why I was put off to a different track than what I wanted. If I was walking and if I was healthy, I was still doing the Coast Guard. I wouldn't be doing all these other extra stuff that I could just keep expanding out with. Like, there's a reason why it happened.
Well, you know what? And I don't think that we live by that there's a reason why it happened. It's just that our perspective and our attitude makes us, make something good out of something bad. We don't let it stop us, because a lot of people say that everything happens for a reason, but it stops them from living. You know what I mean? They don't continue and carry on and want to, make new goals. They just think, oh, my dreams are shattered, and then they become heartbroken, and then they wallow in that low energy, and that's what becomes their life. So not everybody has the, the to get up and continue and move, because they don't, even if you'd want to live somewhat on the premise that some things are predestined, we can do that because we know before we come here, we got these different things that can happen. But your resiliency is what makes you get up and keep going.
She really does.
And that comes from within. That comes from deep within someone. That's just not something that, because of something, they say that because we don't really know how strong we are until we're made to, stand up and have to make a change or do something or something happens. Because again, there's things that you can go along your life and things happen because of, other environmental things, other people. There's just all kinds of people and things and energy change into their will. And so we've come out with all kinds of conflicts because of that. So you have to be resilient. That's the word. I don't say that I'm a survivor or a victim because I'm just resilient no matter what you're going to throw at me. And that's what you are, Bree. You're just resilient.
Yeah. Yep.
I wanted to ask Bree something. So Bree, I wanted to ask you because you're people think you're shy because you sound shy or very reserved and very quiet. When I know the real Bree, she's pretty damn tough. Just don't let her fool you guys. She's tough stock. But I want to ask you, it's really hard sometimes being in the celebrity type status limelight or whatever you want to call it. And you're pretty well known in the metaphysical circle, and a lot of people know who you are, Bree, and you have a lot of followers, and I know that you've had to grow tough skin, and I know that you've been hurt, and you've been kicked in the teeth, and you've been knocked down, and you've been called everything in the book, and how do you handle that, Bree? How do you just keep going? And because a lot of people they're curious. How do you, when you're a celebrity, how do you keep going like that? I mean that's tough. When somebody knocks you down, you have to pick up the bootstraps and keep moving. How do you handle it?
Yeah. I try to live with just love. I don't want to live with hate or anger, and that's what helps me to keep moving forward because I love everyone. Like, no matter what happens, I still love everyone, and that's a very, very crucial piece to have because if you're angry and you're hate or you're just mad and upset about something, it's gonna keep you in that area.
In that energy.
Yeah, in that energy, and it's just if you just start filling up with love and just okay, well I forgive, or I'm just gonna forget this and just kind of keep moving forward. That helps out. But if we stay in that negative energy, we're just gonna keep circling.
So you don't dwell in it. You just kind of let it go in love, whatever, and just keep moving.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You don't hold it in your heart and be angry and let it stop you. And that's how you have to be, and that's why you're so strong. Not everybody can be like that. So you're very, very strong, and again, you come from very strong stock, I'm sure, but I admire you for that because I've seen you kicked in the teeth and knocked down and wallowed around in the dirt, but you stood back up strong and you're like, you know what, I am who I am and I love you. And I admire that, and I know Solana does too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Because it's kindred spirits. You're like me and Christina. Christina and I get put through the ringer all the time, just in life in general and, especially in this crazy psychic community. It's definitely put things in perspective for me completely over and over and over again because, again, we get all kinds of things thrown at us, stuff that we didn't create, rumors and gossip and all kinds of I just think it's flattering that they want to talk about so much. Because I ain't doing nothing. I'm a girl's girl. You know what I mean? I can keep secrets. I can, if you need, a shoulder to cry on and no one to talk about it, come to me. Because that's just who I am. And so that's, what I think that we try and eventually get to come around us, because everyone says that, you hang out with, like-minded people, blah, blah, blah. Well, not everybody presents themselves to their true, authentic selves at first. And so, we know what our intention is, right? We know what our intention is to be out there and what we're out there doing. And it's like, we're not living lies. We're not, trying to shave things off or try and change our language because it offended somebody. I talk out my ass all the time. I don't care. Sorry if it pisses you off, but hey, I'm real. I'm
just suck on the udder. Just suck on the udder. We'll all be good.
Just suck on the udder. That's great. On the udder. I'm gonna remember that. There's no way I'm gonna forget that dream now. But anyway, and so. Well, give us an update, Bree, because I know the last time we talked, you were, even though we sit here and we talk about how resilient you are, you still do struggle through medical issues and things that, you go through regardless of your attitude and your perspective. The body does what the body does, as we all very well know, and have to suffer through. So how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there the best I can. It's like once you get through like one obstacle, it's like another one happens, and then it starts slowing you down even more, and then you have to try and get that fixed so that way you can keep going, and then also something else happens. So it's very exhausting. It's very but still I still have that smile on my face. Like, okay, wait, I could do this. I could keep going. Like
right.
The brain blades that I have are now affecting my heart, and they've tried to put me on heart meds. It wasn't working. They have me on 2 different kinds now, plus an emergency one, because my heart keeps going into like tachycardia, and it just won't slow down. So my grandma actually had an appointment today, and we met with a different doctor, a new one, and he basically laid it out again, like, hey, there's nothing we can do. We can keep you comfortable. They even offer comfort care for us whenever we need it. So it's just like keeping the pain down low, keeping the heart from going crazy, because once it goes crazy, I'm down for the rest of the day because I'm just so tired. It's just like trying to help the symptoms.
Right. That's all they can do is treat the symptoms, is what they're saying. Just my heart goes out to you. But you know what? It's very reflective. Your medical situation is very reflective of your attitude. It's like things get thrown at you, and you keep moving, you keep going, and try and find another way to get through the day. It's like, and because I know, it's like we all go through such crazy physical things on this planet, and again, people say you go through that because of your thoughts. You created that. I'm sorry, because they're like, if you created that, then you can fix it, And Bree and I know that we've been trying to fix it for years, and it just ain't working that way. That's not how it works. And so we have to just find ways to work around it, right? I mean, that's pretty much what we do every day. Is I just find a way to work around whatever obstacle might come around because I have to, I have these things I know I have to do, or rather, I am compelled to do. Right, and so no matter what, just got to keep moving and keep going and pushing forward. So what are you guys working on as far as your music goes? You said that you're looking into scores and things. Have you actually sat down and written some music or been in touch with anyone?
Actually, I wrote quite a few songs, but trying to get in touch with someone is kind of like still a little bit difficult. So I've been researching, trying to figure out like where can we submit. even if it's just to submit music in. Like, I'm happy about that. Even if they're like, well, you know, try again, try a different song, you know, just that submitting is just like really, like, it's like just keep trying and trying and trying. But there's websites that they have like for like submit soundtracks for movie credits or something like that, and I've been doing that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and actually I brought back some of my older songs that I had when I was young, and I've been kind of like adding to them a little bit and kind of like making them different from what they were. So it's like, that's the one thing I love about music is like you can make it one way, but then also like a few years later you can make it a different way with the same notes. And so I'm trying to rebuild those ones up to be able to submit them in. It seems like when I first started, like that's when the best of my music came out. If that makes sense. Right.
So you don't feel like you're being as creative now, or you feel like you got some blocks or something, or?
A lot of blocks right now. Like it was like because I took that time off from music and I was like trying to get back into it.
Right.
So it's like because I was more open back then. I was more open to music. I was wanting to learn, and like so I feel like that's where the best music came from. But yeah, I'm trying to rebuild those ones to submit those ones in. So it's just like a just like hope, a lot of hope that there will be a break again.
Right.
Get it out there. Yeah.
Aw, well, good. Well, keep plugging away. Are you doing it with you and your brother, or are you just, or your brother rather, or is it just you?
My little brother and I, we actually have become like a competition with each other, which is good because it's like now we have someone to compete with. Going back and
that
forth.
can motivate you. That could be very motivating too.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
So you're the keyboard. Is he a keyboard as well, or guitar? Or you're keyboard and guitar? Is he both too?
He's both too. Yeah.
Okay. You're just a little musical family, aren't you? You take this to Missouri or something.
Well, people are asking. You know, they do have sites and stuff there because they're asking, is there anywhere they can go and listen to your music? And I know that they have sites. I can't, for the life of me, I'm trying to think of the names of them, but I don't use them, so I can't think of it. But there's sites that you can go and upload your music, and in the hopes that someone will be listening.
I wished we had her NAMI song because music that was beautiful. But I don't have that score that you had written for the NAMIs. But
I have
anywhere? Do you?
Yeah.
We should take a break and maybe play that for a moment.
Well, I don't know how that's working on the audio. I don't know how the video went that everybody listened to, because right now it would just be audio listening and share screening and all being what it is. I don't know how it's going to work. So
may not work.
Right. But it certainly needs to be made to a video so you can put it up on YouTube and let people start hearing. So I believe a video is the future. That's just what we're all going to have to get used to and get ready for. Because, especially the smart TVs and stuff, they have cameras you can attach and, talk to somebody while you're sitting in your living room.
I love that. I'm supposed to be getting one for Christmas. I don't know. But, yeah, those are neat. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, you've already gotten so many Christmas presents.
I have a wife that loves me. What can I say?
I know. I'm like, wait a minute, you already got like 2 or 3 presents and it ain't even Christmas. What's up?
We get a whole month. We get the 29 days of Christmas, okay, or whatever it is.
Nice. I want a partner like that.
Oh, Lord. Anyway,
29 days of Christmas. Yeah, she spoils you for sure. For sure. She spoils you. I know.
She's a good woman. Anyway, enough about me. So Bree, anything else coming up for you? Are you still okay? So you're working with young people, correct? You kind of mentor them.
Yep.
You have anything going on with them?
It's still the same. I'm still it seems like the kids are getting a little bit like less and less kids these days.
Yeah.
But That's because like all of them are graduating, all of them are going to college,
Yeah,
some
the
of them are
ones you
moving.
worked with.
The town is getting smaller, but I think I may expand more with it. So instead of just
Absolutely.
like I got my anti-bullying page, so I've been working with kids there. I'm also thinking about going into like I've been checking on websites where I can mentor kids nationally, like across the world, not just the U.S., across the world.
Wow.
So that's also in the works too.
Well, tell us about the girl that I put up on the poster that promoting the show here tonight. You have given me a picture of you and one of the twins. Well, tell us about her.
Oh my gosh, the twins are just amazing girls. Like they've gone through challenges too. She's gone through a lot of challenges in her life, but she keeps having that smile. Like she's like, even though like I could be that smile for the kids. It's like when I see a kid that's smiling, that's also an inspiration for me to keep going.
Oh, definitely.
But she's so sweet. They have their one girl could be in the other room. The other girl and I'd be talking in a different, in my room or something like that, and the other one would come in and start the same conversation. Like they have this telepathy powers type deal,
Yes.
and like there's so many times where we just start laughing at the other twins, like what, or like we were just talking about that. Where they'll say
They're very
something
connected.
very, very connected, and they're an inspiration to me. Like all my kids are an inspiration to me. But I actually got a message the other night from one of the girls that I'm gonna be an aunt again. So,
Aww.
yeah.
Aww.
The girl that's in the profile picture, she has a little boy. He's only 2 years old, and I'm his godmother.
Aww.
And so now the other twin,
Aww.
they're both out of school, so
Yeah.
they're both just very grown up for their age. Like they're only 18, they act like they're in their 20s. Just very, very old souls in both of them, and they're just amazing. Yeah. And
Aww.
Wow.
like that's the thing is like I try to be like either like a sister or a mother figure to these kids, like anything that they're lacking, or even just a friend. And like it seems like if I'm having a hard time, they're always here. If they're having a hard time, I'm always here. So it's just like that support. We all support each other. And like I have kids that are from 2005, I believe, 4 or 5, that still come back to me to this day, and that's very special to have, because we're just like one big family that just nothing can break us.
You left a huge impact on their lives then, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this, mentoring other children or kids? Because they're not children, but teenagers. How long have you been doing that?
Since a sophomore, junior in high school, I've been taking young kids under my wings. It just started off with the 3 freshmen that were just having a hard time in school, being bullied and everything. And our school is kind of different. The thing that drives me crazy is like how we all have groups, but if you're not in the popular group, you have to make your own group.
Right.
And I didn't want to be in the popular group.
Right.
I was more like spotting the three freshmen that really needed help, and then that's what really kicked it off. I was like, hey, I could do this. Like, even though I was like a year or 2 years older than them, they're calling me mom. Because
that mom energy.
Yeah.
They also didn't have a very good home, and that's when I decided, like, hey, I really need to help these kids, and then it just started building and building.
Right. And you had already gone through your medical situation, and how old were you when you became paraplegic?
I was 20, 3 months before my 21st birthday.
Wow.
I started showing signs at the age of 15 when I started having seizures.
That's what I was getting to, is you started showing signs as a teenager.
Yeah. And I even though I was going through that situation, I never thought about myself. I was always thinking about others, and I still do. I still try.
That's Bree. That's you, Bree. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Put others ahead of you always. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, it's, especially in today's world, some people would see other kids being bullied and say nothing. Just keep walking, and that's we need to stop it. We need to get involved. And anyone sees anyone being bullied, they need to, say something. Stop it. Don't be afraid of getting hit or, called out, whatever.
Yeah,
Who cares?
stop it.
And
we
need to do that for each other. So, real quick, can you give us your you said you had a stop bullying group. So is that on Facebook or do you have a?
It's on Twitter actually. It's
Twitter.
Stop X Bully. So Stop X Bully, and it's right there. So yeah, that's
there you go.
So
Yeah, go follow her over there. Yeah,
it's really awesome
get involved.
that you do that. When I was in high school, I was on the other side of the spectrum. I was in the popular circle, the popular side. But the reason I'm going to say this is because when I was in high school, it was that way back, and that was in 1976, 77, 78, 79, because I graduated in 79. We were in our little circle, and if you weren't in our circle, we bullied you. And I regret and I dread some of the things I did to some kids, and to this day, I feel horrible about it. I know I've been forgiven, but I feel horrible for some of the things I did. I did bully, especially in high school, because you weren't in my clique. And so I get to see that side of the spectrum. And what the horror and the sadness that I must have put in some of these kids' lives, it haunts me, and I'm ashamed that I did that. Am I that person today? Absolutely not. Not even a piece of that person that I was in high school. But we didn't have anti-bullying. We didn't realize. To be honest, when I did that in high school, and my girlfriends and my boyfriends, when we did that in high school, we didn't even look at it as being evil or bad, because I guess it's because nobody really pointed it out to us. Nobody ever told us.
Not just that, but your parents bullied you, and we didn't. It was acceptable behavior.
Absolutely.
That's just it, though. As long as and that's where a lot of kids, they're not just bullies because they're mean kids. They're getting bullied.
And I was kind of brought up that way because it was a keeping up with the Joneses kind of, upper middle class family I grew up in, and they were kind of snobby, and so I guess I'm not that person today, but that's how I was raised. And you're right, Solana. So, but I see that side of the spectrum of what it's like to be the bullier, and it's horrible because you have to live with that. So yeah.
I agree. And it's bullying today, and because, again, bullying has been going on as long as men, and it's been going on forever. That's just been the energy play here. Today, it's just gotten a little more in-depth and a little more sinister, actually, because it's done on the internet. Cyberbullying. It's like people you don't even know, you've never met. They come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, you're being bullied, you're being harassed, you're being stalked. And it can get a little hairy out there. And so it's like we really need to just put a stop to it. It's just ridiculous. And again, it's part of the energy play. I call it the side effects, of what we're going through. Just like we have side effects in whatever our body goes through, or we have side effects in what energetically we are going through. And so bullying is just a massive scale today that people are in prison for. People kill people today, in that bullying. It just gets worse and worse.
Absolutely. It really does. You're right.
What are you saying in here in the chat room? I got to repeat these words because cyberbullying, and it's become much more brutal. It isn't just, hey, 4 eyes, it's psychological abuse. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is more damaging. People making fake accounts and pretending to be interested, and then picking on other people. It's really horrible. And what's funny is, we've become such a society, we're so scared that that's going to happen, because sometimes we're doing it. So we're afraid it's going to get done to us, and so we're very cautious and we're very paranoid. That other people are doing it to us. You know, it's like I get accused of doing it. I never do it, first of all. I am not a bully of any kind, never have been, never will be. And I certainly do not make fake accounts and go around pretending to be other people. I do use a synonym. You know, Solana isn't my given name, but I tell everybody it's my self-appointed name because I escaped the Matrix. But anyway, but I tell you, you know, it's like I'm not living a lie. And so those people that are, they don't realize that even those encounters they have where they're not being truthful who they are, if they're married or not, you know, what kind of, you know, interaction they're having with people that they, you know, otherwise wouldn't have if they were not behind a computer screen. And so it's getting really crazy out there. I agree with everything.
I like what Chris wrote. I'm sitting here laughing. She wrote, Chris Hunter is in our chat room, and she wrote, I don't care what people say about me, but when it comes to my kids, I'm going to get all sorts of ghetto on your ass.
Exactly.
I know what Chris meant.
Definitely. You know, don't mess with my kids. You know, don't mess with my kids. I hated that. You know, because my kids were, I call my children my Amazon children because they're big kids. And they would get picked on. You know, my son would get picked on because he was a big boy, you know, and so he got picked on. And he's a teddy bear. You know, in fact, he stopped bullying. He actually took a kid that was being bullied and became his protector. You know, so much like Bree. You know, those of us that can do that need to just do it. You know, and not allow the bullying to continue. So go in and follow Bree over there at her Stop X Bullying. Right? Did I say it right?
No, Stop X Bully. You almost.
Bully. Okay, Stop X Bully. Bully. Yeah, okay, Stop X Bully. Yeah, because, you know, we need more people like Bree, you know, that stand up for other people and, you know, help other people, such like, you know, everybody on this call and right here in this chat room that's over here in Google Hangouts, you know, we're all the same, you know, and we need to come together and stand up and make that voice be heard. And it has to be done energetically. You know, we can't hit the streets protesting. Y'all in different states.
Exactly. Yeah. But we can do it energetically with social media today. We can get a lot accomplished. So.
Yeah, that's why we're doing what we do. You know, come on and do these shows and bring on just real people. You know, that are dealing with life and going through life situations and, you know, coming out, you know, and still trying to smile and be happy and let go of it and move forward. You know, it's just that, you know, it's crazy because the energy play is such that no matter how much we try and move forward, we keep getting slammed. This keeps coming back around. And until we are all on board with not allowing it to happen, it's going to continue. So we need to get on board. Everybody, get on board. So anything else coming up for you, Miss Bree? What's going on for your future?
Other than I'm keeping myself busy, and I'm going to be very, very busy soon, including the classes with the meteorologist. I think that's my main goal right now, is just to, that's like another thing, like I love helping people, and like if we get out there, like for instance, like I'm a storm chaser, I get out there, I help out with the warnings. Just thank goodness I haven't seen a town get hit yet, but we're trained to help people as first responders, because we'll be the first ones on scene. So that's like my main focus right now, is just to get this weather classes going. I actually have a kid that wants to try and do the same thing, so it would be nice that we could be like a team. It would be really awesome, but,
that'll be cool. So one of the kids that you're mentoring.
Yep.
Oh, nice. That'd be nice.
Yes.
That's fun. I've done a little storm chasing in Texas, and so I know it's fun and it's exciting and it's a adrenaline rush. So I can see you all over it.
Yep. I think this is the 2 years now that I've been certified as a storm chaser.
You're just all over the chart. You're everywhere, girl. Well, I'm gonna ask you something. Because I'll be living in Montana now. Ain't nobody told me there's tornadoes here, so don't tell me there's tornadoes here.
We average 12 tornadoes a year.
Oh, good. They'll miss me.
My second tornado in my life happened just about an hour away from you.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
So-
you.
But I think because you live in the mountains, it disturbs the weather
Yeah.
pattern. So I think you're safe. It's more like us on the flatlands are having the most problems.
Yeah,
And
you
east-
guys are not safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the mountains. Safe.
Yeah. You're safe.
We
I
hope
want
so.
none
We-
of them.
we pray.
I left
But
the
now you do
earthquakes and the tornadoes. Hmm.
Right? Now you live in a bowl.
Yeah, I live in a bowl. Literally, I do.
But it's a safe little bowl, and
It
that's
is.
good.
They call
but
where I
no.
live. I don't know if you know this really quickly, Bree, but they call around here in Kalispell. They call this the Palm Springs of Montana because the weather's so good here.
That's a pretty name.
Mm-hmm. That's what they call it, Palm Springs of Montana. And Palm Springs in California is a very mild weather place. It's one of the most mild weather places in the nation, actually, and so that's why they call that here because it's very mild the weather in Kalispell. So because we're in that bowl, which you know probably, Bree.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we still get snow and all that, but not as radical as you guys get and stuff. Whiteouts. You guys get whiteouts, and we don't get that.
Man.
Yeah, you're so lucky. Like, I know where I'm moving. I'm moving to where you are.
Kalispell, it's great here. I love it. It's a great place. And Solana was just here. She said she could tell you too. I'm trying to get Belle to get out here and check it out. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I gotta say real quick what Chris put in here because she's some huge udders to go storm chasing. She'd be terrified.
She got some huge udders, doesn't she?
Yeah, Bree's got some huge udders.
We could all drink from her udders, right? Anyway, all right, I'll
Oh, that's too funny though. That's so cute. Oh my god. All right, cool. Well, we only got a few more minutes here, and then we're going to go ahead and let you go. But I appreciate you coming on with us. So, anything that you would like to share with us that we don't know about you?
No, other than thank you so much for having me and inviting me to come on to your guys' show. I love this. I love this. Like, I love that there's
Awesome.
video. We can see you guys. There's that chat room. I just love this. It's very neat. Oh, and that's the other thing is like I'm also gonna start blogs on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Video blogs. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Those are important. I'm going to start doing video blogs on my blog too. You know, because it's like I get up every day and I have to type out, and it takes me forever. I'm like, I should just be speaking this.
Talk it. Talk it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just talk it. So I'm just going to start doing the video blogs. That's a good idea, Bree. Good. And because you know what? You're an inspiration. You know, wherever your energy is put, it's going to help so many people. And I've always said that about you, and I still say it about you, because nobody can help but smiling, you know, when they're around you. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. I smile when I'm around.
Yes, and do it. That's an order. That's what Patty said. Do it, Bree. Just do it.
Just do it. So, Bree, can we have you back whenever, sometime? I would love to have you back on the show.
Heck yeah, I would love that so much.
Very, very awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, and you know, we're gonna start doing. You know, we're not gonna have like reading shows on the show here. We're not gonna be taking callers and, you know, doing just reading constantly. We want to talk about topics. We want to talk about things that are important today, and you know, things that we can do to make things better and have resolve in our world, and not, you know, keep holding on to things, because that's the only thing that keeps us in that loop of repeating the same bullshit, is holding on to whatever it is that you just went through. So we want to bring you resolve and bring you solutions to be able to make tomorrow better than today was, and always be in that position of that thought that, you know, you're just going to be the best you can be, and try and operate in that true nature self and be authentic. You know, I feel like that should be our little cheer. Be authentic. Be authentic. You know, because we need more authenticity. Yeah, we need that. You know, it's like we all are special, and we all bring something to the circle. And you can't bring it. You can't bring it if you're not being you. If you're letting the world keep you down, and pushing you down in that tube, and allowing yourself to self implode, you're not doing nobody no good. You know, especially yourself. You know, so come on board and join the Soul Train. I want to bring the Soul Train back.
Soul Train.
Soul Train.
Let me ask Belle if she's still on here. Belle, are you planning on having your roundtable discussions? Because she has some pretty good ones too.
Oh yeah.
So that would be fun to have the Bellespirt roundtable and then our little discussions. So this would make a great channel for sure.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Some good topics. Really
so
good
I was gonna say though, for those of you that are listening, if you need questions answered, you can go to my blog at Ask Solana. Rather, my Ask Solana blog is on my psychicsolana.com. Ask Solana. Because, and then any ideas or anything, come over to join us on the Facebook group of Paranormal Psychic Network and give ideas and let us know what you want us to talk about and what ideas or rather topics that you feel are important today that, something that we need ideas for tomorrow to make tomorrow better. And you've got them, bring them.
Yeah.
we need you, And we want real people. We want people who are doing things and who are working towards improving themselves. And like Belle says, for the highest and best of all, keep that intention going so that we can move forward in this world and move past all the things that are happening today and still have a happy life.
Agreed.
That's the goal. That's the goal. All right, so any parting thoughts, Miss Bree?
No, just thank you.
All right, well, thank you, hon. We appreciate you coming on and being with us. You really do make my day. All right, and thank you, everyone, for joining us in the chat room. For those that are in the live Google Hangouts, you're welcome to hang around for a minute and do some chatting. You don't have to run out of the room real quick, but I am going to go ahead and stop a broadcast, so we will stop streaming live on YouTube. So we appreciate you guys. Come and join us. Subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. You'll get updates and things of our live upcoming events. And I know for sure we have another show coming on Sunday, and that's Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So bring your coffee and your ears and let us know what you think. We're going to have some common chat with Brian. All right, ladies, thank you very much. And I'm going to go ahead and stop broadcast, and we will see y'all on next Wednesday.
Peace out, guys.
The Paranormal Psychic Radio Show, every Wednesday. Listen to guests, callers, and a live chat. Come listen to Solana and Christina Nelson on the Paranormal Psychic Radio program. Audio production for the Paranormal Psychic Radio program is by The Parody Store. Come check us out at www.theparodystore.com. Thanks for listening to the Paranormal Psychic Radio program.
Bye.